Hey folks, my name is Logan Townley. I'm the HVAC manager here with the Hunter Supertex here in Ardmore. And today I kind of want to talk to you guys about the Air Scrubber by Aris. It's a product we've had on our product line for quite a while. We really stand behind it. We've got one in our house. We love it. And I just want to talk to you guys about it today, kind of show you guys what you're getting. We'll do an unboxing and you guys can actually see what's going on. And then I'm going to explain everything to you and go over pros and cons and the whole 9 yards. So just kind of going over the box before we unbox it. This is the front of the box. I don't know if you guys can see, it uses Active Pure technology. It's Space Foundation accredited. It's a 2017 inductee to the Space Technology Hall of Fame, and it's NASA certified. This is the only product on the market that has all these, so we think that's really cool. They use the same technology in space stations. So that's something cool to have in your house. But let's talk about kind of what it does. So what it does is it uses a couple of different things we'll get to here in just a second to reduce VOCs, odors, smoke, microbials, viruses, bacteria, mold, the whole 9 yards. And this kind of shows how, a timeline of how long the air scrubber was in the house and all these things that it's eliminated. So we've got staph here, we've got E. coli, we've got bacillus, we've got MRSA, we've got strep, all other kinds of nasty ones you don't want in your house or you or your loved ones breathing. And within 24 hours, it was less than 99%. So almost full eradication in less than 24 hours of having this in the home. And the longer it's in the home, the better it works. Flip the box around again. So it kind of talks about how it does with the influenza, the flu virus, right? So this is the whole home flu shot. That's what we're calling it, kind of our nickname for it, because essentially that's what it's doing. It protects everybody in the home from anything. So anything germ and virus related, that is. So we're talking flu A, flu B. The new coronavirus that everybody's scared about, it'll take care of that as well. It also removes VOCs, reduces dust and odors. Like I said, we talked about that a little bit. Protects from allergy and asthma, triggering contaminants. Proven effective against staph, MRSA, E. coli, strep, and many other harmful pathogens. Improves productivity naturally by providing a cleaner, healthier living environment. Protects heating and cooling systems from potentially damaging dust buildup. Attaches directly to existing HVAC systems, and it's made in the USA. So a bunch of great stuff that we like and we appreciate here at Hunter, and we want to pass on to our clients. Spin the box around one more time, and it kind of goes over how it works. It's very similar to kind of what goes on in nature, how we get clean air in nature. What happens is your air water molecules come across this coil, and inside the coil, the UV light and the honeycomb, there's several different metals in the honeycomb that react with the UV light, react with the water molecules, and on the other side of it comes out oxidizers. We're talking hydroxyl, superoxides, and hydrogen peroxide. All safe. Most of your big companies that have the chemicals that are chemical safe products, that's what they're using is these type of oxidizers. So it mounts in the plenum of your system. So the plenum is above your air conditioning unit. It's what the ducts go into, and that's where it mounts. So we're going to open this up. This is a brand new box. It's fully sealed, so you guys can kind of see what it's going to be coming if you guys decide to install one in your home. So get this open here. I like unboxing stuff, like a real YouTuber. So here's the product itself. It's got this air scrubber. It kind of shows the way it needs to be installed in your HVAC system, the way the direction of airflow. And there's some neat features. Is one of the many reasons why we chose this product instead of other similar technologies out on the market, because there are some that there is a lot of them that do similar things, and there's pros and cons to every one of them. We found this one to be have the most pros out of all. Between its accreditations and actually how it performs, this is the one we wanted to give to you guys, our clients, for the best results. So first thing I want to show you guys on this, kind of different than what the other products have, is it's got a safety switch here. So if you, your husband, your significant other, children are do-it-yourselfers, they want to see how something works, for some reason crawl up in there and pull it out of the system, what this safety switch does is it releases when it goes away from the cabinet, which deactivates the UV light. As we all know, UV lights can be harmful to your eyes. You know, it's like looking at an arc welder, you don't want to do it. And also for other technicians that come across, if for some reason somebody left the sticker off or whatever, you can actually pull this out without powering down the whole system to check it. This is the honeycomb that we're talking about. This is what your air passes through. So there's metals in this honeycomb, and there's a UV light in this honeycomb. Now, the cool thing about the honeycomb is for years, you know, UV is not something new. We've used it in air conditioning equipment for a long time. Hospitals use it in their hallways. It's not anything new. You may even have a UV light by itself installed in your system at home. Well, what we've come to find out is that UV lights have their place and are great to work in tandem with this, but the problem with UV lights is it only takes what's shining on, right? So if you're moving, let's say 1,200 cubic foot per minute of air across a UV light, it's moving too fast for it to affect all of it. Now, if it's underneath in the coil where it should be, it's great at making sure you don't have any algae, mold, or any buildup in your evaporator coil, which is awesome. It can reduce smells. It helps a lot in keeping the system, the HVAC system, maintained and clean, but it doesn't do just a whole bunch for your health in the home. This goes on top, and it does. Now, the bad thing with the UV light about putting them on top, and some of the other products out there that use this technology with the UV lights, is that UV also deteriorates just about anything that it comes in contact with. So if you've got it in anywhere that it's got exposed wires, or even in your ductwork, you know, most homes now have flex duct, and it deteriorates and brittles the plastic. If you've got metal ductwork, not too bad, but more than likely it's shining down on wires. And what you'll start to see is the insulation will start turning white. That causes problems for the technicians to try and figure out and diagnose issues. And with the newer equipment, it can even cause problems because of everything's communicating now. This, with the honeycomb, it deflects all that light. So you still get a glow off of this, but the way it deflects the UV lights, it makes it show it doesn't deteriorate anything in your system. So that's one of the other reasons why we decided to go with this one instead of the other products that use very similar technology. So just kind of say, I want to show you guys that's how it looks. It goes in your system. This part's in the ductwork. Now this thing runs 24/7, and it uses about 17 watts of power. So we're talking like an LED light bulb being on 24/7, but it works all the time. Anytime air is moving in the house due to a fan, a vent, or the air conditioner or heater coming on, this thing's working. Very, very awesome product. Like I say, we put one in our house. It's reduced sickness by, I'm gonna say, around 90%. Now, here's what it can't do. Unfortunately, it can't go with you. So your kids go to public schools, you go to work, it's not gonna make sure you're safe from sickness there. But what we've noticed, my wife and I in particular, so if somebody does bring something home from school, it usually stays to that one person because of the air scrubber. I mean, that's the credit we have to give to the air scrubber. You know, before we installed it, the kids would come home, one of them would be sick, then our other daughter would be sick, then me or my wife would be sick, and you know, now you're looking at backtracking all the homework, plus the uncomfortable of being sick, and plus money lost from us not being at work. Unfortunately, all of us, you know, most of us have to go to work to keep the bills paid down and keep everything running. And so anytime it's down, that hurts. So looking at why would you want one, again, first off, you know, if you guys have kids, probably like me, you'd rather yourself be sick than them. And unfortunately, we can't do that, but we can keep everybody else as safe as we can in the home by putting in one of these air scrubbers. Like I said, I don't think since we put it in, it's transferred to one of the other kids. Just recently, our girls go to public schools, and one of them caught flu B. And she came home, she was in the house, we didn't quarantine her to her room, she was in the living room, when she could be, eating dinner when she finally started feeling enough to eat with the rest of us. None of us caught it. We didn't even have any symptoms or anything of the nature. So again, it's a great product to prevent that. And looking at it from not only keeping your family safe, fiscally, right? Like, so my wife and I both have to work to pay the bills. So one of us is away from work, we're losing money. And that means less on the paycheck, which means that if this was in, we're actually talking about a product that really has a return on investment. It's such a great product from keeping everybody healthy and safe to just the whole 9 yards. So we really enjoy it. Like I say, it's one of probably the best thing, in my opinion, that's come to HVAC besides modulating equipment. I mean, I really do stand behind these products. Just kind of talking a little bit more about it. So what are the pros and cons, right? Because there's pros and cons to everything. The only cons that I can think on this system, and my wife would agree, is that because it works on everything, VOCs, any pollutants that come into the house, it can have an effect on your senses, or your Febreze, or your wallflowers, or whatever you got going in the house. So where we used to run 1 Scentsy cube and you could smell it for 2 or 3 days, now we're getting about 12 hours, but small price to pay. In homes that don't run stuff like that, it has a really, it's hard to describe it. It's just a fresh scent. It's not like a lemony or pine type of scent. It's its own scent. It's a fresh smell. It's not overpowering, but the home smells clean. I mean, that's just the best way I can describe it. And really, other than that, I can't think of, well, the other con is it doesn't last forever. That's the only other con. So on the ballast here, which is the main part, there's a 5-year manufacturer warranty on it. Okay. The cell though is 2 years, and normally that's around what time we want to change it out, because what happens is your UV light starts to get dimmer, and your metallics are starting to fade out because of usage. So 2-year mark, which is what the warranty runs, is when you want to change it out. Now, will it glow and run past 2 years? Absolutely. But manufacturers recommend that's when to change it out. That's when you start losing that 100% efficacy on it, and it starts dropping. So we've changed the bulb out on ours once. Usually it ends up being around the 2.5-year mark. It's, like I say, no problem to change it out. Pretty easy change out. It takes them about 10-15 minutes for the tech to change it out. But 2-year mark is kind of where you want to be at to change the cells out. Other than that, like I say, there's not really any power. It's not using a bunch of power. It doesn't have to use your fan to cycle it on. It doesn't have to do any of that crazy stuff. So there's really just not too many cons to this product. We really enjoy it. I say I'd 100% stand behind it. I will never live in a home without one of these again. That's literally how effective they are. About every one of my family members has them in their home, because that's how much we believe in them, and how good they work. We've seen a reduction in allergies, seen a reduction in sickness, the whole 9 yards. So, like I say, in any application, any home, we can get one of these in. There's a couple applications where we may have to change up the design. If it's a commercial building, mobile home, that won't look exactly like this, but we do have products to fit those needs as well. So give us a holler. Right now we're running a promotion on this. So you get this, and if you buy the product, you get a duct cleaning at no charge. That's about a $500 value in itself. Club members get a little bit better price as one of the values of being in the club, super comfy club. So give us a holler and we'll get you guys taken care of. Appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions, you can call us 223-9090. Ask your technician, whatever you need to do. I definitely recommend this product. Y'all have a great day.